Okay, so to start off this game, this was my very first time playing as Thresh. I've never played as Thresh before. I'm also kind of a new League of Legends player. I was up to a level 30 about 10 years ago when League of Legends first came out. But the cap was actually at level 30, so you could not go above level 30. And then I did smurf my account because it's been like 10 years since I played. So it had been so long since I had played this game that I kind of like everything was brand new. So I kind of decided that it was best to go ahead and smurf and make a new account. So yeah, this is my first time playing as Thresh. I never played as Thresh before. I didn't really support very often in my original account either. So I guess I did okay. I am not entirely sure what Thresh's ultimate is. So I'm not 100% sure. It looks like there's sort of like a ring that kind of goes around Thresh and it like closes in enemy champions, sort of in like an enclosure. But I thought this video would be good to add to YouTube because it does display really good group dynamics. We had very good coordination, even though some of us were kind of new players, as you can see. The player that's playing as, I think that is, no, it's not Caitlyn. I'm not sure what champion that is that just died, but she's also a new player. As you can see, that's probably not a good idea to go off on your own and try to push a turret, especially when it's late game, because I started this video off after like 20 minutes. So we're in 26 minutes and about 30 seconds. So this is kind of late game. So late stage group coordination is what this video is going to be about. So as you can see, I put down I think it's the W, and it gives allied champions health. And they can also click on the lantern, and then they can also be teleported to a location. So as you can see, we all just coordinated, and we're getting dragon. It would be better if all 5 of us were coordinated together. As you can see behind Dragon, some of the enemy champions are trying to go for some opportunities. So we did have to put some wards behind the Dragon, and we are kind of doing a double fight where it's kind of like a fight's happening behind the Dragon, then there's a fight with the Dragon. And they tried to come in and steal Dragon from us, so we're all kind of going after him. I just died right there because I was getting a little too greedy and was trying to go for that kill. I am building health items from the recommended items, and it's always good to just pick the recommended items if you don't know what you're doing. Like my first time as Thresh, Morgana got banned, so I was like, okay, I guess I have to play as Thresh. And Thresh is a good support, so I thought I'd give him a try. But yeah, always go for the recommended items if you don't know what you're doing. And the recommended items do usually have different categories. So like there's more aggressive play styles, more defensive play styles. I just went for all items that involved health so I could have a more tanky build, which is what I was trying to go for. As you can see, a lot of the enemy champions are kind of congregating in the mid lane, and that's pretty much what happens. We do end up winning this game, so we do make a comeback. So I thought this was going to be just a good video to kind of show, like, good things to do. I almost died here. I could have used my W and given myself health, but our jungler is a support jungler, and he gave me a little bit of health there, some protection. So I almost died, but luckily I did not. It's also important to point out that in bot lane, we still have the lone, our lone team member sort of like pushing a turret by herself. It's probably not a good idea to do that, but she is a new player. I guess she was just trying to take out a turret. But yeah. So that was a good use of my Q right there. I just took out that champion. Yeah, it's good when you start losing turrets to kind of do some home base protection and kind of stay in home base and, you know, kind of like do a little bit of minion farming. Then when everybody's all coordinated and everybody's together, it's good to go ahead and push. So it looks like we are about to push right here. So let's see what happens. It's good to note how often we went for dragon for the buffs. Like it's and how coordinated we are. Like we are doing a lot of pinging throughout the game and kind of like showing people where we're going. If a lane needs help, it's good to be cautious. Me and my team member were pretty cautious right here. We weren't really jumping into it. I am a tank, so I'm not supposed to technically be cautious, but it's good to jump in when you see other people jumping in. And I'm not sure... I was still learning Thresh, so I kind of had my Q figured out. I sort of had my W figured out. Still learning E and R. So my ultimate I don't think I did very often. I don't think I really understood what my ult actually did. So we're kind of like teaming up, getting coordinated, all attacking at the same time. Or most of us. This is pretty much how we made the comeback. This is how we sort of... Because we were definitely losing this game. I mean, we're still technically losing. It's 26 versus 20. So 26 was red and 20 is blue, and we're team blue. But yeah, as you can see, we regroup a lot. Then we go for dragon. We ward behind the dragon. I guess I didn't need to ward that because somebody else already warded, but I guess it's the thought that counts. Then we attack dragon. And there is kind of a simultaneous fight happening behind dragon. And as you can see, they're kind of jumping in, which is honestly probably a bad idea. That would have been a perfect time for my Q, but I don't think I had my Q available at that moment. Our jungler is like a level 100, and our Veigar is also very high level. So we have some pretty high level players. I'm pretty new. I'm Thresh. My official summoner level is level 12, so I'm pretty low level. I'm not high enough to even like... I think that there's like ranked gameplay that I have to be like level 30 to do, so I'm pretty low level. Right there, our Veigar player was telling me where to ward. And I was getting killed, and I think I die here. Yep, I died. I think I already used my flash. I think I actually used my flash during that run. So basically, yeah, there was nothing I could really do.
Bye, Daisy.
So we're still kind of losing. Not doing the best. But we're trying to be coordinated. We're trying to do a lot of pinging so everybody can see where to go and what's going on. I guess I was trying to figure out what my build was. Probably should have figured that out while I was down for the 30-second count. Not sure what's happening right here. Oh, I might be waiting to make 600. I was pretty close to it. Okay, so everybody's congregating in the mid lane. So since we're all sort of coordinating and going into the mid lane, that's sort of what I went for.
Now I'll see them.
Okay, so I perfectly used my Q right there. That was perfect. Then I think I died. Yep, I died.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I'm not really sure what I was leveling up. And I don't know if my champion Thresh had any stacks that I should have been aware of. Like, I know Viegar has his Q stack, so it's good to target minions with the Q and try to stack that up. I'm not sure if Thresh has anything like that. He probably does.
Your turret has been destroyed.
See, we're definitely losing this game. We're losing a lot of turrets. They've got more kills than we've got. Here we are losing an inhibitor. Yeah, it was pretty dire, but we did manage to pull through and make a comeback. So it is good to learn from this video, strategizing and group coordination. I think we still had, yep, there's bot lane. Bot lane still had the lone team member that was kind of pushing when she shouldn't have been. She's also new though, like I've said. I'm new too. I was staying with the group, and that's always good. Stay with the group late game. Don't go off on your own too much unless you're trying to create a diversion, because that could be a good strategy. Like if everybody's going for Baron, or if they're going for Dragon, or if they're doing something, pretty much anything, you know, it might be good to create a diversion, so to draw their attention away. But you sort of have to be a willing sacrifice. Yeah, I got killed right there. See, these are moments that using my ults would have been pretty helpful. Using my Q and then using my ults. I should have been a little bit more coordinated, but like I said, I've never played as Thresh before. But this is just a great video to emphasize group coordination, group planning, having map awareness, sticking with the group, pushing at the right time, getting buffs together, everybody getting the same buff together, so going for Dragon at the same time. I don't know if we ever go for Baron. We might have. I think we did. And I love the rainbow on that. I think I got that from just a new, like, picture, a new icon picture. Not really sure what they're called. They're like cute little fluffy animals. And you get a little rainbow, I guess. But yeah, okay, so here we are pushing. It looks like we're going top. We might be going mid. Go either way. It just depends on where your teammates go. You want to gank at the same time. So we all went top. It looks like the top enemy left. Now we're all about to go mid. We did have a pretty good brand on the enemy team. I think Brand is normally mid, but I think Brand can sometimes do support. Not sure. I think this Brand may have just done mid. Okay, so here we are pinging for everybody to follow, and it looks like we've got most of our team members. And we went for the Baron. So this is really going to turn the tide of the game. It's pretty close. We're pretty evenly matched. The enemy just attempted to steal Baron from us. He thought he could jump in and get the last hit. So we're about to probably all push together. It looks like Viegar went mid to just do some home base protection. We decided to take out the top turret. So here we are pushing top, and it looks like mid's going solo, creating a diversion. So that's what I was talking about earlier with diversion tactics. See, now they are going to be split up and not sure which way to go. Okay, so it looks like Viegar is meeting up with us. So we've got all 5 team members coordinated together, and we're all pushing together. So here is the push that turns the tide of the game. So we took out an inhibitor. Now we're going to have the super minions get made. I am hanging back and putting down my W for people to get some health and do some teleporting if they need some teleporting. But I, at this point, felt like we had pushed and we had done very well. And I felt like it was time to pull back. So here we are running. Because we got Baron, recall did not last for very long. It's a super fast recall. We got a lot of money. So I did my first AP item. Most of my build was the recommended items that were all health items, so I was playing more defensively. Then at the final, end of the game, basically, because we're at 43 minutes right now. So near the end of the game, I got my first, AP damage item. And that ended up being the only AP damage item that I ended up getting. I just wanted to do a little bit more magic damage. Okay, so it looks like I noticed the enemy champion going mid, so I went over mid. But I'm waiting for my teammates, and that's always good to do. So they jump in, and I miss with my Q. Damn it. See, the Q would have been perfect right there, but Viegar's got good crowd control too, so ended up working out. Okay, I nailed the Q that time. See my R? Oh, I did my R. I did my R that time. I was just about to say that my R would have been very useful for that moment. Okay, so it looks like bot was getting pushed. So we needed to do some home base protection. So here we are regrouping and figuring out what exactly we're gonna do. Looks like we're gonna all go for dragon again. So see how we pinged that to coordinate everybody together to go for dragon at the same time. And we're all about to ward behind dragon. So we're all just taking out dragon. And yep, there's the enemy. Came right at the very end, so we already got the buff and everything. Oh, and then they all surrendered.